So since inception, BRAC started its journey with the marginalized and poor people affected due to disaster, like flood, cyclone, etc. So working with poor people and community, it is inbuilt in the DNA of BRAC. So, you know, Bangladesh is a country of disaster. Mostly, these disasters are related to climate change, flash flood, salinity, cyclone, storm surge. The big two cyclones is called Ayla and Cedar in 2007 and 2009, hit Bangladesh very badly. And after that, lots of donor and government initiative try to address the housing infrastructure of that coastal area. So the gradual development of cyclone shelter become essential. Nowadays, the design of a cyclone shelter, it's called, it's a multi-purpose cyclone shelter. It's not only people to take shelter. Maybe that shelter can be used as a school. Maybe that shelter can be used as a community center. So it will create opportunity to use multiple purposes at the same time. But these are started 30 years back, and till today we are constructing. So the design and the architecture behind that construction, they realize the challenges and the uses and the modification of the shelter is always needed and necessary. Because when they construct, people will come and take shelter, and after cyclone, they'll go back their home. And you know, people don't like to come to the shelter leaving behind their assets and livelihood there. So they normally don't like to come. So if you design a shelter without considering the separate room for male and female, there is an issue. If there is no provision of light, if there is no provision of drinking water, toilet facility, it's an issue. So if there is no good communication to go to the shelter very quickly and easily, that's a very huge issue. So that's why I'm explaining a little bit more, because you know, the gradual development of cyclone shelter become essential. Now realize, what if we can think about something different? Say, for example, if we can convert their house into type of house which can resist the cyclone and storm surge, and they can live their entire year in this house safely, and only during cyclone or storm surge, they can accommodate 5-6 family, their behavior into that houses. So that will be another dimension. You know, instead of constructing big shelter into different location and people have to go and come back. So here, you don't have to go anywhere. Your house is your shelter. So it's a very small in size and cost is very minimum. We try to utilize the labor of that gentleman or women to whom we are constructing. So in that way, we try to reduce the cost. So that is the model we are working currently at this moment. So definitely our approach very much aligned and fit with the concept of do it together. Not only that, we believe successfulness will come if you design on co-create together jointly. So do it together and co-create. Take the idea from the people, because when we finalize our design, we go to the community and show it to them. Look, this is what we are trying to do. So if you have any suggestions or any wish in your dream, you can tell us, we can modify. So that's why we try to develop. And as I said, from the local level to the community level, local level, and national level, all stakeholders related or relevant to this model are discussed. are involved in this process. The last things, the poor people, they have need, they have vulnerability, they have risk, but they don't have enough financial capacity to construct themselves. So their support is needed from the government side as well as from the donor side and agency like us from BRAC. There are two projects parallelly going at this moment by the name called NDC Action Project. It is actually a Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change. They are the custodian of that project. Obviously, funding is coming from United Nations Environmental Program. In these projects, there are some ladders by herself, and there are some ministry people, department people, academia, research people, everybody come together to see how we can, because BRAC in this ND action project, we just implementing the adaptation part, not the mitigation. Mitigation is looking after another agency called NACOM. So in this adaptation, there is a technical committee. Again, it is headed by the ministry and also some research institute, House Building Research Institute, Public Works Department, Disaster Ministry, and Department of Disaster. Everybody is the member of that committee. And we explain our project to them. And ultimately, the NDC Action Project main objective is to find out a smooth and beautiful strategy and action so that it can be financed and it can be implemented. So they realize this is the model because of its simplicity, its resilience. At the same time, it is people-centric. It is started from community, end up with community. So this is the model ministry acknowledged and adopt as a government model. Definitely, there are some direct impact. So we are very much delighted and happy because our initiative and our project was awarded. Thank you very much for that. And also thanks for the introducing us to the Aga Khan. We had some discussion with Aga Khan, and along with the government, government, UNEP together, we are trying to try to explore some possibilities how we can build bigger partners so that we can scale our project. In that way, we already have some discussion with some of the donor agencies, and we'll continue. And I will definitely inform our ministry regarding Aga Khan and their interest. So definitely, our ministry will be try to explore. Is there any possibility for future collaboration? And I like to thanks again, because during our journey to get adopted by the ministry, our model I'm talking. So we are in the middle, we got the award, and then we inform technical committee, steering committee, and ministry people, look, this has been recognized by some global challenge body. So please, and everybody congratulate us, and they give some extra weightage. Oh, not only us, the other international agency also thought about this process. So that's added value.